Welcome to day 6 of our Lent readings for 2026 as we continue to follow a series on verses that every Christian should know. Today, it's our second day in Luke's Gospel, where we look at a well-known verse from chapter 20. As with previous readings, I'll read it through twice. Luke 20, verse 25. He said to them, "Then give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." Luke 20, verse 25. He said to them, "Give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." The story of where this well-known quote comes from is during Jesus' last week of ministry, between Palm Sunday and Good Friday. Jesus is engaged with questions from the religious leaders in the temple courts. Their aim is to test him, to find out if there's any grounds to write him off as delusional or a fraud, or failing that, to find reasons to report him to the Romans as a dangerous revolutionary worthy of death. They come up with an ingenious question which they felt was sure to work. Is it right for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not? This would seem an impossible question where both yes or no could equally be seen as wrong, like asking someone if they've stopped fiddling their taxes yet. If Jesus answered yes, he would be accused by the people of submitting to or even colluding with their oppressors. If he answered no, he'd be labelled as a revolutionary and come under the scrutiny of Rome and their judgment. Israel hated the idea that Caesar's head was on the coins they had to use. As well as the portrait, it also had an inscription giving him the title Son of God. It was a constant reminder that they were under Roman pagan occupation. In the temple, the job of the money changers was to convert these coins to temple currency without the emperor's head, so that offerings could be taken without having to use a Roman coin. That might make what happens next a little more surprising. Jesus asked them to produce a denarius, and then asked them whose image is on it. The fact that they had one handy may have sent whispers through the crowd, since no patriotic Jew would have been seen carrying one of these coins with its idolatrous portrait in the temple courts. Having produced a coin, they answer that it has Caesar's image on it. Jesus then gives that memorable answer, "Then give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." The scene ends with the crowd being astonished by his answer, and then the chapter moves on to the next event. However, I think the story ends with one question too short. Having received the answer, "Give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's," I think there should have been a follow-up question of, "So what then belongs to God?" If they had, my guess is that Jesus would have probably replied with another question. What has God's image on it? For the answer to that, we need to go back to Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, where it says, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them." The answer to what has God's image on it is we do. All humanity has been made in the image of God, and that is what makes us valuable. C.S. Lewis states our value this way in his book The Weight of Glory, when he says, "There are no ordinary people. You have never met a mere mortal." Even the most unnoticed person is not just ordinary in God's eyes. They are made in his image and are valued to the point that he died for them and for us. The story of salvation is the story of God receiving back what rightfully belongs to him, his people. Don't give yourself to anyone else. Let's read that verse once more as we finish. Luke 20, verse 25. He said to them, "Then give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's." Amen. Till next time, have a blessed day.